Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating concept from Chapter 14 of Russ McNeil's Prospecting Rules. It's called the Chameleon of Many Colors. And let me tell you, it's a principle that can totally change the game for your communication skills. So right at the start, the chapter hits you with this powerful Senegalese proverb, and it just perfectly sets the stage for everything we're about to talk about, adaptability. The key takeaway here is that this isn't about changing who you are at your core. It's about learning to adjust your approach to better connect with the world and the people around you. So here's what we've got on deck. First, we'll lay the groundwork with the chameleon concept. Then, we're going to jump into 3 super practical techniques: matching speech, physical movements, and even behavioral styles. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with a guide on how you can actually become a chameleon communication yourself. Have you ever met someone and just clicked? Like you've known them forever, even if you just met? Well, what if you could actually create that feeling on purpose? Today, we're diving into the art of building instant rapport. We're going to learn how to become a communication chameleon, adapting your style to make a real, genuine connection with pretty much anyone. And this right here, this powerful Senegalese proverb, it's the key to everything we're about to talk about. It's such a perfect metaphor for great communication. See, if we want to truly connect with people, to understand them, we can't just stand there and expect them to adapt to us. Nope, we have to be the chameleon. We have to learn to adapt to them, to match their world, their style, their pace. So what is this connection we're trying to build? It's called rapport, and this definition from Anthony Robbins just nails it. Rapport is so much more than just being friendly. It's really empathy in action. It's the skill of being able to, just for a moment, set aside your own perspective, your map of the world, and truly see things through their eyes. When you can do that, something amazing happens. You create this subconscious feeling of, wow, this person gets me. And that right there is the foundation for everything. Okay, so how do we actually do this? It all breaks down into 3 really powerful strategies. First, we're going to start with the simplest one, matching the way someone talks. Then we'll get into the nonverbal stuff by matching their physical presence. And finally, we'll get to the most advanced level, learning to adapt to their core personality type. All right, first up, matching speech patterns. This is all about listening. And I don't just mean listening to what people say, but how they say it. You see, the words people choose, they're like little clues that reveal how they're processing information inside their own head. And if you pay attention, you can unlock a super simple but incredibly effective way to build rapport. The whole idea here comes from something called neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP, and it suggests that we all tend to think using one of 3 main internal senses. So, visual people, they think in pictures. Auditory people think in sounds and internal dialogue. And kinesthetic people, they think in feelings and physical sensations. Now, we all use all 3, of course, but most of us definitely have a favorite. And what's so cool about this slide is that it's basically your cheat sheet. If you hear someone say, "I see what you mean," or "let's look at the big picture," ding, 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 they're probably a visual thinker. If they say, "that sounds good to me," or "I hear you," they're auditory. And if they say, "I just can't get a hold of that idea," or "let's walk through this," they're kinesthetic. The trick is so simple. Just use their words back to them. Talk about how things look to a visual person and how things feel to a kinesthetic one. It is such a subtle shift, but it makes people feel so deeply understood. Okay, so we've covered matching what you hear. Now let's move to the next layer, matching what you see. This is the art of mirroring, and it's a really powerful nonverbal technique for building that subconscious rapport. The mirroring is basically just subtly reflecting a person's physical behaviors. You know, if they lean forward, maybe you lean forward a little bit. If they cross their legs, you might do the same a few seconds later. You can even match the rhythm of their breathing or the pace of their hand gestures. Now, the key word here, and I cannot stress this enough, is subtly. This is not mimicry. It's not a game of Simon Says. It's all about creating a kind of physical harmony. And here's the crucial part. This all works on a level way below conscious thought. The other person isn't going to think, "Hey, why are they copying me?" Instead, their brain just registers a sense of similarity, of familiarity. They'll just feel like you're in sync, like you're on the same wavelength. It's really about pacing their experience with respect, just to make them feel comfortable and appreciated. And now we get to the final, and I think most powerful technique, matching someone's fundamental behavioral style. We're going to use a simple but super effective 4-color model to represent 4 basic personality traits: red for dominance, blue for influence, yellow for steadiness, and green for conscientiousness. You know, understanding these is like having a user manual for human interaction. First up, the Reds. You gotta think of a Red as a force of nature. These are the natural leaders, the drivers, the people who want to get things done, and they want to get them done now. They're fast-paced, decisive, and totally goal-oriented. For them, it is all about results. You'll know a Red when you meet one. They've got a purposeful walk, a firm handshake, and really direct eye contact. They'll probably interrupt you if you ramble because they just want you to get to the point. They speak in absolutes, always and never. They don't want to know how you feel about something. They want to know what it does and what the bottom line is.
And this is exactly how you talk to a Red. This phrasing is perfect. Gets to the bottom line in a hurry that speaks directly to their need for speed and efficiency. And if not, no big deal. That shows you respect their authority to make a fast decision and you're not afraid of a no. You're matching their strength, and that is how you earn a Red's respect.
Next up, we've got the Blues, and in many ways, they are the complete opposite of a Red. Blues are the life of the party. They're enthusiastic, optimistic, and incredibly people-oriented. They just thrive on social interaction, having fun, and getting recognition. Blues are super easy to spot. They're the ones talking with big, expressive gestures, laughing loudly, telling all the animated stories. They might even be wearing brightly colored clothes. While Reds focus on the what, Blues focus on the who. They want to know who else is involved, what the experience is going to be like, and most importantly, is it going to be fun? Their biggest fear is being left out of the party. To connect with a Blue, you have to sell the sizzle, not the steak. Just look at this phrasing. The keywords are people, blast, and recognition. You're not talking about data or efficiency, you're talking about excitement and social proof. You are appealing directly to what motivates them, and that is how you grab a Blue's attention. Okay, now let's slow things way down and meet the Yellows. Yellows are the supporters, the team players, the harmonizers. They're calm, patient, and incredibly loyal. They value security, stability, and really sincere, warm relationships. Now, this slide is fascinating because it really shows you how much of a chameleon you need to be. Communicating with a Red and then a Yellow requires a complete personality shift. The Red is all about, let's do it now, while the Yellow is thinking, wait, how will this affect the team? If you try to rush a Yellow, that's the fastest way to lose their trust. You have to slow down, be patient, and show them you genuinely care. Yellows are amazing listeners. They're very mild-mannered and will avoid conflict at all costs. Their main question is how. How are we going to do this? How will this process actually work? They're resistant to change, not because they're stubborn, but because they're afraid of disrupting the team's harmony. They need to feel safe and secure before they'll move forward with anything. And this approach is just perfect for a Yellow. Notice the gentle, low-pressure language. Can I count on you? It asks for commitment instead of demanding it. It gives a clear, unhurried timeline over the next 2 days. And the payoff? It focuses on teamwork. You're giving them the security and the process that a Yellow needs to feel comfortable. All right, finally, let's meet the Greens. Greens are the analysts, the engineers, the perfectionists. They are driven by logic, by data, and by accuracy. They're cautious, skeptical, and they need to understand things completely before they make any decision. You can spot a Green by their precision. They'll say 1:30 last Tuesday, not just last week. They are not impressed by emotional appeals. They want facts, they want figures, they want proof. Their primary question is why? Why does this work this way? They ask a ton of questions, not to be difficult, but because they need to fully analyze the situation and get rid of any risk. This is how you speak Green. You acknowledge their need for information. You don't just allow questions, you actually encourage them by saying make a list. And crucially, you give them time and space to do their homework. By respecting their process and giving them the data they crave, you build credibility and you build trust. So, we've discovered some incredibly powerful communication tools. But with great power comes great responsibility, right? It is so important to understand the ethical line between using these skills for positive influence and using them for selfish manipulation. This is the dark side. Manipulation is when you use these chameleon skills, the mirroring, the matching language, adapting to personalities with only your own interests at heart. The focus is completely on what you get out of it, no matter the outcome for the other person. And this is the goal. True influence is using these skills to help someone else. It's about clearing out the communication static so the other person can more easily see if an idea or an opportunity is genuinely good for them. The focus is on their benefit. It's about serving, not selling. It's about being an ambassador for something you really believe in. So, as we wrap this up, the journey to becoming a communication chameleon, it really starts with self-awareness. Look at those 4 colors one more time. Which one feels the most like you? Because understanding your own default style, that's step 1. The next step is to just start listening and observing, to consciously practice speaking the language of the other colors. So what's one small step you can take today to better match the world of someone you're about to talk to? The power to connect is in your hands.